Football London icon Arsenal. News Arsenal transfer. News Arsenal latest. First summer transfer confirmed as Declan Rice risks being sacrificed. Declan Rice could make way for another player at Arsenal. Arsenal have quietly confirmed their first sale of the summer transfer window, while Declan Rice's short-term position has faced scrutiny. The Gunners stand just 3 victories away from achieving glory. After a tense and controversial 1-0 victory at West Ham on Sunday, Mikel Arteta's side can secure the Premier League title for the first time since 2004 by winning their final 2 league matches that would position the North London side for a potential historic domestic and European Cup double when they face Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League final on May 30th. Follow our Arsenal FB page, latest Gunners news, analysis and much more via our dedicated Facebook page. PSG dealt new injury blow before Arsenal clash as Luis Enrique sweats over 7 players. Man City boss Pep Guardiola makes Premier League request for crucial Crystal Palace versus Arsenal clash. Arsenal will aim to become European champions for the first time in their history in Budapest, although the quality of their opponents and recent injury setbacks suggest it will be far from straightforward. Now, ahead of Monday's league encounter with Burnley at the Emirates Stadium, Football.London brings you 2 of the biggest stories concerning the Gunners. Declan Rice faces sacrifice. Paul Scholes believes Declan Rice should play at right-back for the rest of the campaign. Rice was deployed as a right-back during the first half of the win over West Ham after an injury to Ben White. He eventually reverted to his favoured central midfield position in the second half after the Gunners started losing control of the midfield in his absence. However, White's MCL injury sidelining him until the end of the season, along with continued fitness concerns over Jerian Timber, have left Arteta lacking depth at a critical stage of the season. Manchester United legend Scholes believes Rice should sacrifice himself by playing out of position for the remainder of Arsenal's matches, despite Christian Mosquera being a more natural defender capable of filling that role. Scholes also seemed to question Rice's creative output while voicing his opinion. He said on the Good, the Bad and the Football podcast, "Declan Rice looks like he would suit playing at right-back to me. He can play there. He's not a big creator anyway." Podcast co-host and fellow United legend Nicky Butt drew parallels between Rice's versatility and Roy Keane's during his prime, stating, "Roy Keane played right-back for 2/3 of a season," to which Scholes said, "He played there loads and was brilliant." First, Arsenal transfer announced. Arsenal have confirmed Jakub Kiwior's transfer to Porto on a permanent basis. Kiwior joined the Portuguese club on a season-long loan deal last year, which was expected to become permanent this summer. Porto confirmed last week that they had activated the option to sign the Polish defender on a 4-year contract, having agreed a £14 million deal that could increase to £19 million. Arsenal have since confirmed the departure in a relatively understated manner. Through their weekly Loan Watch update, Jakub Kiwior's move to Porto has now become permanent following the Dragões' Liga Portugal title triumph last weekend, their post read. The Polish defender was an unused substitute in this weekend's 3-1 defeat at AFS, in which the team was rotated. Declan Rice gives Roy Keane what he wants after Arsenal star questioned by Man Utd. Icon Roy Keane has delivered his verdict on Declan Rice's form recently. Just weeks after the ex-Manchester United man questioned his leadership and mentality, Roy Keane has heaped praise on Declan Rice and claimed that the Arsenal midfielder has stepped up to the plate in the Premier League title run-in. Before Arsenal went up against Manchester City last month, ex-Manchester United midfielder Keane said that Rice is not showing enough leadership for the Gunners. He added that Rice has got to get a grip of people as Mikel Arteta's side wobbled in the title race. But since the Gunners suffered a 2-1 defeat at City, Rice has been a standout performer. He impressed in Premier League matches against Newcastle United and Fulham, as well as both semi-final fixtures against Atletico Madrid in the Champions League, winning the player of the match in the second leg on Tuesday. Eberechi's bonus claims explained as Arsenal given clarity on £67.5 million final day scenario. Arsenal open to signing off on temporary move as new talks for Emirates Stadium expansion held. Without a doubt, he has stepped up to the plate, Keane, speaking to Sky Sports, said on Rice. "Obviously, I have had question marks over Declan. There is no doubting his quality, but in terms of his leadership skills. But certainly over the last few weeks, even the reaction after the setback with the man, Roy Keane gets what he wants from Declan Rice after Man Utd icon points finger at Arsenal. Star Roy Keane has given a fresh verdict on Declan Rice after previously questioning the Arsenal. Star Roy Keane has lavished praise on Declan Rice, insisting the Arsenal midfielder has stepped up to the plate during the Premier League title run-in. Ahead of Arsenal's clash with Manchester City last month, former Manchester United hardman Keane claimed Rice wasn't demonstrating sufficient leadership for the Gunners. He insisted Rice needed to get a grip of people as Mikel Arteta's side faltered in the title race. Yet since the Gunners' 2-1 defeat at City, Rice has emerged as a standout performer. The England international caught the eye in Premier League outings against Newcastle United and Fulham, along with both semi-final legs against Atletico Madrid in the Champions League, scooping the Player of the Match award in Tuesday's second leg. Red Moor, Arsenal hit with major injury concern as Ben White forced off versus West Ham. Red Moor, Wayne Rooney makes Premier League title prediction before Arsenal's response, I feel follow our Arsenal FB page. Latest Gunners news and more on our dedicated Facebook page. Without a doubt, he has stepped up to the plate, Keane, speaking to Sky Sports, said on Rice. Obviously, I have had question marks over Declan. There is no doubting his quality, but in terms of his leadership skills. But certainly over the last few weeks, even the reaction after the setback with the Man City game, he has stepped up to another level, and that is what you want from your big players. He has certainly done that. They sit 9th in the Premier League table with just 3 games of the season remaining. The West London club are also onto their 3rd manager of the season, with Callum McFarlane in charge until the end of the campaign, following the exits of Enzo Maresca and Liam Rosenior. On the latest episode of Stick to Football, Keane and Neville, as well as fellow guests Paul Scholes, Jill Scott and Ian Wright, debated a few alternative end-of-season awards, including the club in the most trouble, with Chelsea selected as the unanimous pick. Premier League Player of the Season nominees, confirmed as Arsenal stars dominate, Arsenal remain in a battle to win the Premier League title, and a host of their stars could potentially land a personal gong before the end of the campaign at the end-of-season awards. Arsenal stars Declan Rice, David Raya and Gabriel are among the top-flight players in the running to be named Premier League Player of the Season for the 2025/26 campaign. The Gunners have enjoyed a stunning season and could be crowned as champions over the coming weeks. Mikel Arteta's side currently sit 2 points clear at the top. A number of their players have shone throughout the campaign and have now been nominated for a major award. The Premier League have confirmed that England midfielder Rice has been nominated, having scored 4 goals and notched 7 assists in 35 appearances this term. He will be competing against teammates Raya and Gabriel, the pair having put together an impressive defensive record for Arsenal. Spanish goalkeeper Raya has secured 18 clean sheets in 36 games and has already guaranteed himself the Golden Glove. He has no doubt been helped by Brazilian defender Gabriel, who has been imperious at the back for the Gunners, while he has also scored 3 goals. Red Moor, Jurrien Timber in race to make Champions League final and solve Arsenal crisis. Red Moor, Pep Guardiola gives instructions to Crystal Palace stars ahead of defining Arsenal clash. Follow our Arsenal FB page. Latest Gunners news and more on our dedicated Facebook page. White, Timber, Calafiori, latest Arsenal injury news and return dates after new blow. Arsenal have a number of player injuries to navigate as they head into next week's Premier League clash with Burnley and a Champions League final on the horizon. Arsenal will head into their final fixtures of the season with a number of significant setbacks to navigate. The Gunners are incredibly well placed to win the Premier League title for the first time in more than 2 decades later this month, 5 points clear of Manchester City at the top of the table with just matches against Burnley and Crystal Palace to come. However, Mikel Arteta will also have one eye on European glory, given his side have also made it to the final of the Champions League. There, they will face Paris Saint-Germain come May 30th, with the potential of a coveted double still running high. While Arteta will have hoped to have a full-strength squad available for selection, the Spaniard could be without a number of key players, as Football.London explains below. Wayne Rooney has given Victor Gyökeres the ultimate compliment as Arsenal trophy goal set. Arsenal's Jurrien Timber plan as Ben White injury throws Champions League final curveball.